have been waiting quite some time to drive this all-new Volvo XC90. You see, this is more than a car. This is something else. This is a glimpse into the future of motoring. This is a glimpse into some of the automotive tech that we'll be seeing in cars in a couple of years to come. The all-new Volvo XC90 brings with it a ton of awesome technology. Firstly, you start off with this interior. The grade and quality, build and trim in here is simply unparalleled. The soft contoured leather, which has actually been developed using orthopedic experts, make these seats amongst the nicest places to be seated. I was recently privileged enough to attend the SA Media launch of the Rolls-Royce Dawn. Despite the fact that that cost 11 times as much as an XC90, I can honestly say the interior comfort on the XC90 is almost that good. It really is an impressive place. Couple that with the attention to detail. If you take everything from the beautiful suedes of materials, these aluminium mesh speaker grills, the piano black central cluster which has this drive mode selector, and even this is styled like a piece of artwork. You got the engine start switch, which has specially been crafted. Everything looks incredibly premium. Up front, the dashboard, instead of being an array of buttons and knobs, instead it features a single 9-inch tablet display in the center, which is vertical in landscape. These style features are everywhere, and it's done in a Swedish way. It's a very modern and contemporary design. As for ride comfort, the Volvo is an incredibly comfortable car. It rides firmly, so it's very sure-footed in the bends, but apart from the firm suspension, it still remains a very comfortable car. It's somewhere where you can easily seat 7 adults in complete comfort. With all the seats folded up, the Volvo has 314 litres of boot space, which is pretty decent. With all the seats folded flat, as I have them now, all 2 rows, you have 1947 litres of loading space, which is absolutely enormous. It is so massive, in fact, back here that I'm struggling to think of many cars that can accommodate quite as much as this XC90. Standard, the Volvo has plenty of features. I mean, one of them includes this tablet-style 9-inch central display in what's arguably got to be one of the best entertainment systems in the business. Volvo features this upfront 9-inch display. This features entertainment and media through a variety of sources, but does it all in an incredibly tablet-style manner. You slide horizontally to access the side panels, and you drag down to access the settings menu. It feels much like using an iPad or an Android tablet. To the bottom you've got this home button which lets you return to the home screen. Then the panes within the window can be customized to the way you want them. So for example, up top I've got navigation, which is displayed very clearly and crisply through Nokia mapping. If I exit this, I've got media, including every imaginable audio source. Thanks to the ability of using Apple's CarPlay and Android Auto on the XC90, media can either be delivered through any source throughout your smartphone, so that's your satellite-based radio services, of course your AM/FM radio, USB thumb drive, auxiliary support, or through your device itself streaming. So really, media is taken care of in every sense of the word. Below that I've got a icon where I can connect my mobile phone, and even a messaging service which will read out my text messages. If I slide to the right, it gives me my car functions, such as parking assist, driver lane keeping, the auto stop start. The car features cross traffic alerts. If I go all the way to the left of the menu, this is where it displays your applications, as well as your various other information, such as car status, reports, and driver information. The driver information will not only feature your range and distance as well as the duration you've been driving, and it also has a full-on interactive driver's manual, cameras for backing up and reversing, as well as of course trajectory lines, all displayed through this large display. It's got a feature called Park In and Park Out. I simply tell the system it's a parallel parking. Then it says select the reverse gear. We're now in reverse. It's looking around for any objects, telling me to check it's safe to do so. It says begin slowly reversing. I'm doing so. And just as simple as that, no hands on the wheel. the Volvo is pulling itself into a parking. Pretty incredible technology, this. Then I simply select the forward gear and the Volvo will swing its wheel and drive itself forward into the bay. And easy as that, we are parked. If you want to exit the bay, you can use the option called Park Out, and the Volvo will simply take you out of the bay. Incredible how easy they've made this vehicle to drive. Then in front of you, you've got the digital instrument cluster. Now this is great because it allows you to theme it and customize it according to your mood and your driving style. For example, I was driving it the other day in sports mode and I had them glowing in a warm red. Otherwise you can have them with a glass style instruments around, or the chrome rings as I have now. It's also got this large navigation screen. The vehicle I'm driving today is the Volvo T5 Inscription. It has a base price of 905,000 Rand, and for that you get a 2-litre 4-cylinder engine which develops 187 kilowatts of power and 350 Newton meters of torque. It's all delivered thanks to this 8-speed automatic gearbox. They say it'll do a combined average of 7.6 litres to 100 kilometers, although I have found that it can be a little bit testy, especially when using it for town driving. For this reason, I would recommend buying the XC90 in the diesel variant. The incredible part is that the entire XC90 range is made up of 4-cylinder motors, and thanks to the way they've been cleverly developed and tuned, power always feels immediate. You see, the engines have a twin turbo system. It's a supercharger for low-end torque range, and when more power is required, the turbocharger kicks in and takes over. So power always feels immediate, and it does all this through its 4 cylinders. So it's therefore efficient on the environment and represents an overall clever outlook to motoring. The XC90 which I'm driving is fitted with something known as the TechnoBok. Now that's a 40,500 Rand option, and it includes some things that I would certainly include on my own XC90, such as heated front seats, a graphical heads-up display, and believe me, Volvo do this very well. BM make a great heads-up display, but I'm almost convinced Volvo must have the best in the business now. The clarity, the level of detail, and the road warnings and safety systems that come up in this HUD display are absolutely superb. It also features adaptive cruise control, and even smarter than that, pilot assist and lane keeping assist. Now I'll show you how this technology works, but it will absolutely blow your mind. This really is the first step to autonomous driving. What the Volvo will do is not only drive itself, but also steer itself if you're doing below 50 kilometers an hour. This is absolutely incredible technology now. I'm not touching the steering wheel. The Volvo is taking the lead car in front of me and matching its speed. It's keeping me traveling this way. It also has radar guided cruise control, and simply when you want to take over, you literally just put your foot back on the accelerator and take over the steering. This is really the first stage of autonomous driving, and wow, it is really something to experience. Also features a rear parking camera and full-on keyless entry and go. And have you ever seen a better looking key than the one on the XC90? It's wrapped in the same leather as the interior, and it's absolutely gorgeous. An example of just how great this vehicle is the amount of awards it's won. Never mind my impression or the little bit I've showed you in this video. I printed out a page from Volvo's website at volvo.co.za, which just shows you a few of the awards that it's already got to date. It stretches 9 pages long. Local awards include this year's South African Car of the Year, Cars.co's Premium SUV, Go Magazine's Luxury SUV Car of the Year, Independent Media's Best Overall Adventure Vehicle, and the list goes on and on and on. Every major motoring publication has virtually either described this as the Car of the Year or the Technology Powerhouse of the Year. That just gives you a little bit of a taste of what people think of this new Volvo XC90. To conclude my time spent in the Volvo XC90, I am truly sad to give this car back. It really is incredible. It gives you a real marvel as to what automakers will be doing in years to come. It's the first taste of true autonomous driving, and it's done by the industry's leader in safe vehicles. This short video hasn't even really given me the opportunity to sum up just how good this XC90 really is, but I would recommend if you're in the market for a large, comfortable and safe 7-seater SUV, you experience the Volvo XC90 for yourself. From me, Jason of TechnoBok, until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Cheers for now.
TechnoBok.